Good morning. Welcome back to my channel. Today's reading vlog is going to be my week of doing KetchUpAthon. So KetchUpAthon is this readathon that Krista from Books and Jams does. I think that the actual dates were August 1st to the 14th. I am starting my reading vlog for KetchUpAthon on August 11th, and I'm going to go for the full week until the 17th. Yeah. So from today until next Sunday, all I'm going to be reading are Book of the Month books. I'll probably get through 3 or 4, but I have a huge stack. So KetchUpAthon is basically just this readathon that helps. Krista has some prompts and things. I'm not going to use the prompts. I'm just going to generically be involved, and obviously I'm a little bit late, but I'm just going to pick up as many Book of the Month books as I can for the week and try to get my Book of the Month TBR down. I have also added my Book of the Month for this month on my list because that's where it should go, but I don't think that I'm actually going to read any of the ones that I just got this month. If I do, that's awesome, but I'm trying to use this readathon to kind of read my backlist titles for Book of the Month. Anyways, I'm just going to quickly power through what I have on my TBR, and when I start reading one of them, I will let you know. There's Thick and Other Essays by Tessie McMillan Cottom. This is a nonfiction essay collection about being overweight and being colored in America. And I'm sure it's going to be so hard for me to read, but I would like to get to it at some point. Happily Never After by Lynn Painter. This is the only Lynn Painter book that I haven't read yet. I think it's from last year, so it still counts as a TBR vet. Ooh, I'm a liar. This came out this year, but it's okay. I said anything but this month's books. So this is a rom-com of sorts where this woman, Sophia, I think it's Sophie, she hires this man named Max to object at her wedding because she found out that her fiance is cheating on her. So she hires him, and I think that they start to get to know each other, and she's like, can I help you with your next objection, and we can be like dates. So it's kind of like fake dating in a way, and ultimately I think they end up falling in love. This one's a high contender for me because I have been reading a lot of thriller horror novels, so I'm not really wanting a thriller right now. Then I have Take My Hand by Dolan Perkins Valdez. This follows a nurse in the 1970s, and she is a colored nurse, and she also, I think she administers something that is controversial to a 12-year-old child, my immediate thought was she gives a 12-year-old child an abortion. I don't know because I haven't read it, but historical fiction might work. I'm not really a big historical fiction reader. That's why this one has been on my TBR for 3 years, and I still have yet to read it. Then I have a horror novel. This one is Sign Here by Claudia Lux. This one follows Payet, who works in hell, and he wants to get a promotion. So all he has to do is sign a wealthy family to the devil. And I have read the first like 50 pages, and it was hilarious, and I was really liking it. It was kind of campy, but really funny. And for some reason, I just put it down and haven't picked it back up. And this one has also been on my TBR for... Okay, this one's been on my TBR for 2 years. But it's about time I get to it. One that I would really, really like to get to, but maybe not my first choice, because I don't want to read a thriller right now, is Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. This one just came out this year, but I am a Riley Sager girly. I want to say that I love everything he's written, but that's not true. He has had a couple of flops for me, but he is still one of my favorite thriller authors, so I would definitely want to prioritize this one this week. This one is one that I just got this month, so if I don't get to it, you know, it's not horrible. I'm not going to get to most of these. I'm probably only going to read 3 or 4 of them. But there's 4 Weekends and a Funeral by Ellie Palmer. This is a rom-com about this couple who meets at a funeral. I believe that it's his brother's funeral, and that's his brother's best friend. And I think that they like start connecting over grief, and then they kind of fall in love. It sounds really good. Then we have Incidents Around the House by Josh Mallerman. This is a haunting story. This one is also on my TBR for the month, so I should try and prioritize it. But I think that like I think it's a haunting about a young child who is being haunted by the entities in the house, and the entities start controlling her toys. So it actually sounds really creepy, but you know, I'm here for it. This one is Past Perfect Life by Elizabeth Elberg. This I've had since 2019. And I haven't read it. So this one technically should be prioritized over the rest, just for the sheer audacity of how long I've had it. But I haven't read it because it's a young adult book, and 5 years ago when I picked this book from Book of the Month, I was all about those young adult books. But I have very much grown out of the young adult books, and if I read young adults, I usually end up finding that the books are either very mediocre or that I just don't like them at all. Like, at best, I'll give them a 3-star. A 3-star young adult novel is a good 3-star, or is a good young adult for me. So I'm a little bit scared by this one, and like I really don't remember anything about it other than it's young adult, and that's why I haven't read it. Then I have one from this year, earlier this year, I think last month in July, The Lost Story by Meg Schaefer. This is like a portal fantasy. Think like Narnia. It's supposed to be really whimsical and fun. I think it says it's Narnia, but for adults. And most of the time I'm an adult, so there's that. But it's a beautiful cover too. So I am excited for this one, but I don't really read fantasy, so I probably won't pick that one up this week. But, you know, maybe, you never know. And then we have The Wedding People by Allison Espach. This one is the other one that I got this month. So it's like a literary fiction that takes place at this wedding. I think like Wedding Crashers. Only, okay, this bride and this groom have this wedding on this island. And there was literally one room left that was not part of the wedding party. And this woman named Phoebe got that room without really realizing that the wedding party or the wedding people were in the resort that she was staying at. And she gets mistaken for a wedding guest. So she kind of just goes with it because her life is not going well. And she just really wants to get out of her funk. So I think that's going to be kind of funny. But these are all the choices that I have this week. Like I said, I'm going to try and read as many as I can. But I've been really busy because work has started again. I think I'm going to start with Happily Never After because she's kind of short. And if I remember correctly, I have access to an audiobook. So I feel like I could fly through this. It's less than 300 pages. I'm like 60 pages into Happily Never After, but I'm gonna listen to the audiobook for a little bit and clean up this. So there's a stack of books, there's a stack. That's my current TBR, so it doesn't count. That I want to clean up a little. That is for a video that I have to film. And I want to clean this up a little bit because it's kind of gross. So that's my goal for today. I also have some over here on my read shelf, like the books that I've already read. I would like to clean those up a little too. So I'm just gonna listen to the book a little bit. I started some lunch, so that'll be my next little bit. When I finish Happily Never After, I'll talk to you some more. I only have an hour left of Happily Never After, so I'm probably going to finish that today. But for a little bit, I have to do a book haul. I got some books this summer. Whoops. I finished Happily Never After by Lynn Painter. And I'm conflicted because the premise sounds really good about, you know, hiring someone to object at your wedding because the person that you're supposed to marry is not a cool person. Usually it's because they cheat. And then Max objects at Sophie's wedding, and then Sophie and Max kind of team up and start objecting at weddings together, and through that they kind of fall in love. Okay, they very much fall in love. Here's the problem, though. I do not like Sophie. I don't know why, but something about her rubbed me the wrong way. And Max deserves better. And I really, really like Max. I didn't really think that there was really any chemistry in there between the two of them. It just kind of, one day we're objecting at a wedding and we're building this friendship, and the next day we're sleeping together. And like, it felt very rushed and very forced, and like they didn't really have the layout of even a friendship. So I really, really wanted to love this, but I feel like this is my least favorite Lynn Painter book. Like, at first I was enjoying it, but it's a shame that I didn't like it because, like, Lynn Painter is one of the best. So I'm going to say that KetchUpAthon has started in full swing. I finished a whole book in one day. And I think I'm going to pick another book. I have about an hour before we're leaving for date night. We're going to go to this place called Roadhouse. And at Roadhouse, it's this cinema. So you can go see a movie. But they have, like, it's a dine-in cinema. So you order food and they bring it to you. And it's like, it's a big menu. It's like 6 pages, I think. 1 page is alcohol and 1 page is dessert, and we don't really do that. So there's like 4 pages of food. It's like burgers, sandwiches, chicken tenders, appetizers. So there's a lot. Oh, and they have pizza. I think they have pizza. There's a lot you can choose from for food. So it's not like, 1 or 2 things, but no, it's an actual restaurant, and they bring the food to you. They check on you throughout the movie, and we've only been there twice. I think we've been there twice, actually. But we're gonna go see Trap, which is the M. Night Shyamalan movie, the new one. It looks really good, but I'm slightly worried, just like a little bit, that they gave away too much in the preview, because if you've seen the preview, it leaves no questions. So I'm hoping that there's more to the story that we didn't see in the preview, because if I already know everything that I think I know in the movie, then I'm going to be kind of bored. But these are my choices. I have an audiobook for both of those and this one. So I will pick one of those tomorrow before work, and I can start listening before work when I'm getting ready, which means that I need one to physically read. And I think I am going to try either Instance Around the House by Josh Mallerman or Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. I think I'm going to try the first chapter of both of these and figure out which one I want to read next. I read the prologue and the first chapter of Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. I love it. Like, absolutely loving it. So you follow the prologue, which is this boy getting kidnapped when he's spending the night at Ethan's house. The tent has a slit in it, and Billy's gone. Ethan wakes up alone in his backyard in a tent. Then you go 30 years later. Ethan is still living at the same house, only now it's his house, and instead of his parents. And there's some something outside because like the security lights in the entire cul-de-sac, you know, they're not all going off at the same time, but it would make sense that someone's walking, then it goes on, then they keep walking, and another one goes on. And so he goes out to investigate, but no one's there. No one's there. He's like, but I can tell that Billy's here. Which is like, woo. I almost just wanted to keep reading that. But then I started the first chapter. Just the first chapter of Instance Around the House by Josh Malerman, which is just one page. This entire book is from a kid's perspective, and like I'm kind of just looking at the formatting of the book. He said the formatting of the book is intentional. Like there's lots of blank spaces, and it's really, since it's from a perspective of a child, it has like children, how a child would talk and how a child would think. And that first page already gripped me. So I'm going to read the second chapter. I'm going to read the second and maybe the third chapter because they're very short chapters, and figure out if I want to finish middle of the night or Instance Around the House. I'm probably, no promises because I work this week. I think this would be a really great a 7 books in 7 days challenge week. Alita had the jokes that day. She definitely had all the jokes. We are back from date night. Say hi.
Hi.
Okay, he's getting ready to code, I think. And we saw Trap. Or was it The Trap or Trap? Trap. The new M. Night Shyamalan movie. I can't say his name. But it was weird. I think that all of his movies are weird though. But it was decent. I really liked the teen pop star who was super brave. She was such a hero. But it was just weird. This is a very readable book. This is Sign Here by Claudia Lux. I'm already on part 3. Which is like 100 pages until the end, so I might just listen to the audiobook this morning while I'm getting ready at work. Like, I'll be at work, but I have to create this diamond board. Then I have to make copies for today or maybe even for the week. So I have some things to get done when I get to work, and I can just listen to my audiobook and probably finish it. So, Sign Here, I don't like it. I like the writing style. I really love the short chapters. I love Payet's perspective because he works in hell and he's trying to get a promotion, but all the people that we follow, like the wealthy family that we follow, that he's trying to get one of them to sign away their lives, basically, so that he can get promoted. They're terrible people. And I don't know what I was expecting because, like, it's hell. So, of course, it would be, like, the worst of the worst. But it's not like they're murderers and criminals. They're just unmoral people, and it's just like, it feels more like big wealthy people drama, and I absolutely hate that in books. So I'm really not liking this book, but it's very readable. Even though I don't really like it, I'm like 100 pages from the end, so I'm just gonna finish it and probably rate it very low. Like I said, I really like Payet. His perspective is funny, and I wasn't expecting that. But when we're on Earth, following the wealthy family, it just feels like wealthy people drama that's very unnecessary and very repetitive and very stupid. And, like, I don't care about the wealthy people at all. I know he's trying to get one of them to sign their lives away, but I don't care about them. And, like, I have no emotional investment in this book. I finished Sign Here by Claudia Lux at work today. See, here's the thing. I come in, so I listened for an hour and a half when I woke up and got ready for work. And then I'm the first person at school, and I'm always there like an hour early. So I listened for that hour. Then I had an hour of plan time, so I listened. And then at the end of the day, I had like an hour. So I listened to this plus I started it last night. I started physically reading it last night. I think the physical reading was better than the audiobook, but I did finish it, and I have to say that I wish I would have unhauled it without reading it, because it was terrible. I didn't really like it. The aspects that I did like were not Payet. I've been saying his name wrong. Not Payet, but say coyote, but with the pa sound. So peyote. Thank you. Peyote is his name, which is a weird name for one. For two, I really like the world building. Like, I liked being in hell with him. I didn't like anything that happened on Earth. Like, I don't remember what I was saying about Sign Here by Claudia Lux. Jellybean, the little jerk, peed on his mom dog, like his biological mom. So I had to take care of that. But in general, Sign Here was very lackluster for me. We ate dinner and hung out, so now we decided we could get some work done from home, but instead we're gonna be lazy fools. And it's on Disney Plus. I don't think you can tell. We're gonna watch We Bought a Zoo because we've been talking about watching it for a long time and we haven't. I let him pick between like a funny or like heartwarming family, funny, or horror because I have a bunch of horror movies that I need to watch. But he was like heartwarming or like a funny. He's like a family-ish movie. So I immediately thought of We Bought a Zoo. So I probably won't update till tomorrow, but hey, I am really bad at this vlogging thing. It's Wednesday night. I'm actually about to head out to go see a movie, but I wanted to update you on Incidents Around the House by Josh Mallerman. I don't like the writing, and like I get why the writing is like this, but it's basically like from a 5 or 6 year old's perspective, so it's super bad grammar, written in a way that like a 5 or 6 year old would talk. So I understand it. I don't like it. I really hate the situation that mom put the child in. This is the voiceover so that you hear none of the spoilers that Alita gave you. I guess she was just really upset at this book that she ended up really not liking, and then she claimed she's going to read a different book. But don't worry, she didn't.
Eat your food.
See you tomorrow after Wolverine. We just got back from Deadpool, so now it's super late, but I'm gonna be dumb and stay up for a little bit. Not super late, but for a little bit. So they gave us like this Easter egg, and it had these Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm going to be wearing them all the time, but it does say best friend, so I think I'm supposed to give one of them to someone, but it's so much more fun this way. It was so good. 5 out of 5 stars. I might be vlogging about it. I don't. Oh, if I do, I'll link it down below. You can go check it out, but basically almost perfection. The music was on point. It had me laughing so hard that my belly hurt, and then crying so badly that I had to look away, and then laughing so hard that my belly hurt again. So it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it a lot, and that's it. I haven't read anything. So tomorrow's Thursday. Maybe I'll read. I'm not going to promise anything. This might be a very lackluster reading vlog. Sorry. Good morning. So it is Friday, and we are going to end the reading vlog here. I know that technically I could go through the weekend with this reading vlog, but I have been really, really busy. It's the second full week of school, and we've been having a bunch of stuff happen at school. Then I went to the movies twice, once to see Wolverine and Deadpool, once to see Trap, the M. Night Shyamalan movie. Both were really good. I was very surprised, but I ended up absolutely loving Wolverine and Deadpool. It was a lot of fun. So if you haven't gone to see it, you should. Maybe there should be a blog on Honest Alley about one of them. I'm trying to get back into writing, but you're just gonna have to be patient with me because, like I said, I'm super busy. And then this weekend I need to make a permanent school schedule, like where I have all the times for tier 1 math, all the times for ELA, all the times for everything, and it's just been a mess the past couple of weeks. So I need to do that this weekend because our master schedule kind of finally came out. Anyways, there's just a lot going on. But I did manage to read 3 Book of the Month books this week. Sorry that it's only 3, but I'm actually very proud that I finished these. So, the first one is Instance Around the House by Josh Malerman. This was fine. I understand what Josh Malerman was trying to do with this book. It's like a haunting type story. Think like Coraline with Other Mommy or Other World. There's this other mommy that lives in the closet that comes out to try to get Bella to let her in her heart. And yeah, it was kind of creepy. It was a little creepy, but I didn't particularly like the writing because it's coming from Bella's perspective, who is this 3-year-old, 5-year-old, very young kid, and so the grammar is atrocious, and the words, they're made up words for some of them, and I get that Dado is daddy, but it took me so long to get into it, and I ended up giving it 2 stars, 1 star, 2 star. I don't even remember. I think 2 stars. I also read Signed Here by Claudia Lux, and I'm very, very disappointed to say that I did not like this one at all. I gave it 1 star for sure, because you follow, Coyote, but with the Peyote. Okay, Peyote, who works in hell, and he's trying to get a promotion. He just has to sign this wealthy family to to the devil, and then he gets a promotion. And I thought that sounded really good, and I absolutely love the world building in here, the stuff that takes place in hell. The world building, perfection. But most of this book takes place in the real world, and you follow these wealthy people, and I hated that entire family, and they were just not good humans, and it was actually super, super boring, so I only gave it 1 star. I don't know if that's too harsh, but I'm going with it because that was my initial thought. And then to start the week, I read a romance. I read Happily Never After by Lynn Painter. And I was severely disappointed by this book as well. I love Lynn Painter, but this one did not work for me. It sounds really good because you follow Max, who is a professional objector. So he goes to weddings just to object to them because someone in the wedding party has hired him. In the first wedding, Sophie has hired him to object at her wedding because her groom has been cheating on her, and she can't call off the wedding because his dad is her dad's boss. So it's kind of messy, but if someone's there and they object to the wedding and start pure chaos, then they're just gonna be like, oh, okay, well, we're calling off the wedding because you're cheating on me, even though she already knew that. And then they kind of partner up and start objecting at weddings, and it kind of gets messy and complicated because, you know, you're objecting at other people's weddings, and then real feelings come into play, not just with each other, but with the people that you're objecting to their wedding. And it sounded really, really fun, but unfortunately, I was very disappointed by this one. It is the best book out of the 3 that I read. I gave it 3 stars. So we had a 1-star, a 2-star, and a 3-star book. So not the best reading week, but thanks so much for hanging out. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to my channel.